City council members recently voted to put speed enforcement cameras in areas other than school zones across the city, but the mayor and the company over the cameras have decided to hold off on the installment until after the state legislative session. They say it's because lawmakers could pass a bill to outlaw them. State Senator Alan Seabaugh is one of those lawmakers opposed to the camera. He joins us now live on the show. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on again. First off, what can we expect in the legislature when it comes to speed enforcement cameras?
Well, look, last year there was just a couple of us that kind of did it on our own. This year there's a little more concerted effort, a group of us from all over the state working together. Look, we're doing a lot to move Louisiana in the right direction. I mean, we're lowering taxes, we're fighting crime, education numbers are better than they've ever been. But probably the most disturbing trend in Louisiana the last several years in the wrong direction is the proliferation of these traffic cameras. People hate them. I think they're illegal. We actually have an attorney general opinion from about 10 years ago that says they're illegal now, that we don't need to outlaw them. They're already illegal. But obviously they are here. So we're going to try to do what we can to make them go away. We made a significant change to the law last year. Very few of the companies and municipalities are actually following the law that we put in place last year. So we're going to come back this year with multiple bills, and we may outlaw them completely. We may just nibble around the edges and further regulate them, but they're a problem. People hate them. They poll very, very, very low. I don't know what kind of politician would go out there and tell their constituents, I put traffic cameras in your neighborhood, please reelect me. It seems to be a brain dead response personally, but I think we're going to move the needle this year a little bit differently than last year.
Yeah, we talked to the mayor about this several times. He says it's about safety and it cuts down on speeding in school zones. What is your response to that?
That's absolutely not true. This is a money grab. You want people to slow down in school zones, put a police officer there with a car and a radar gun. People will slow down. People don't slow down because they get a ticket 6 weeks later in the mail. This is a money grab. That's all it is. Any of this talk about public safety is really just trying to deflect away from the purpose of these cameras, which is a money grab.
So you'd like to see a bill that would outlaw them completely, even in school zones?
Yeah, the bill that I had last year outlawed them completely everywhere. If you outlaw them everywhere except school zones, you can get a supermajority of the legislature to pass it. But I think we're going to try to maybe outlaw them everywhere, maybe outlaw them everywhere except school zones, and further regulate what we do in school zones. Again, there's multiple, I don't know what's going on in the House, but there's a lot of senators that are working together on a package of bills to hit this from multiple different angles and see what we can come up with.
So you think there's an appetite in the legislature to pass one of these bills this time?
Yeah, it's not just the legislature. The sheriffs hate them, the DAs hate them, except for Caddo Parish, but most parishes, the sheriffs and the DAs hate them and are fighting against them and are willing to step up and help us. I mean, it's constituents across the state hate them to the tune of about 85% when you poll them. I mean, they poll very, very low. And it is probably the worst thing, the worst trend in the state of Louisiana going the wrong direction right now.
All right, State Senator Alan Seabaugh, thanks so much for coming on again.
Thank you.
All right, coming up,